Thank you for listening to our podcast. This is the Weeknight Mysteries podcast. We're recording. My name is Yuras. I am here with my co-host Rain.
Hello, everyone. As every week, I'm here.
I'm here as well. We're going to be talking about a case that has been suggested by one of our listeners. So shout out to Annette Cervantes.
Thank you very much.
Yeah, I hope I pronounced your name correctly. Thank you for suggesting Bill Shipley's mysterious disappearance. Let me tell you a little bit about the story, and then we can try to
talk about it more.
Yeah, dissect certain details. Bill Shipley was a 47-year-old contract painter from Goldsby, Oklahoma. He lived alone in a travel trailer at Atkins Hill Mobile Home Park and worked as a subcontract painter. He often traveled out of state for weeks at a time to paint Arby's restaurants. Because of his lifestyle, it wasn't unusual for him to be out of touch for long periods. On July 19th, 2011, Bill was last seen alive. That afternoon, he withdrew over $3,000 in cash from an ATM in Goldsby. Later that day, around 5 p.m., he made a phone call, and that evening, he was captured on surveillance video at a Sonic drive-in near the Riverwind Casino in Norman, Oklahoma. What makes this sighting important is that Bill was not alone. Video appears to show an unknown passenger in his red 2002 Chevrolet S10. The Sonic order included an iced tea with lemon, which was Bill's favorite drink, and a watermelon slushie, a drink that his family insists he would never order for himself. That's why I believe that there was someone else with him in the car. The passenger has never been identified and has never came forward as well. After that night, Bill vanished completely, never to be seen again. Weeks later, his family went to check on his trailer. They found the front door unlocked. The power was shut off. Drawers were open, and there was spoiled food in the refrigerator. His work computer was still inside, and his cat, which has been abandoned and left without food and water, almost died, but it survived. Bill's packed clothing were still there, but both of his vehicles were gone, so it seems like Bill was planning to go on a multi-state work trip, but something happened and he never got to go. He was officially reported missing on August 14th of the same year, so nearly a month later, after he was last seen. One of Bill's vehicles, which was a red 1988 Jeep Comanche, which he used for work, was found abandoned at an Oklahoma City apartment complex on August 20th in 2011, which was a little bit more than a month after he was last seen. All of his personal painting equipment had been removed. These were valuables that most likely were stolen by the culprit. Nearly a year later, in August of the following year, 2012, his other vehicle, the Chevrolet truck, was discovered at another apartment complex, but it was kind of close to the first vehicle. It was less than a mile away, so it seems like that specific location was frequented by the culprit or culprits. It appeared to have been parked there for a month at the time when it was discovered. In the weeks after Bill disappeared, his credit cards were used multiple times at stores and restaurants in the Norman, Oklahoma area. Surveillance footage shows an unidentified man using the cards. After police activity became visible at Bill's trailer, the credit card use stopped abruptly. So we would almost think that someone was monitoring Bill's trailer and hinted to the culprit, or if the person was a culprit themselves, to stop using the credit cards. There were no signs of violence at the trailer or in either of Bill's vehicles. Investigators believe that Bill was killed somewhere else, possibly near the Canadian River, which flows fairly close to his home, and that multiple people may have been involved. His body has never been found, and the case remains unsolved. Bill might still be alive, but that likelihood is slim, in my opinion. So there we go. This is Bill Dwayne Shipley's story. The 47-year-old contractor painter from Oklahoma, and he has been missing for 15 years. What can you tell me about the case? Like, what do you think about it?
Very unfortunate, and it's even more unfortunate that his family discovered that he was missing a bit too late. That's my first thought.
Yeah, I think they discovered that he was missing after almost a month.
Yeah, because a lot could happen in a month, even in a week.
Yeah.
I mean, we're not putting blame on them, but it's just very unfortunate. Because I feel like if someone managed to check up on him after 2-3 days, we would have more information.
Yeah, that's a good point. It feels like a lot of valuable time in Bill's case was accidentally lost.
Mm-hmm.
And
nobody's fault though, but still.
Yeah, it's definitely nobody's fault. But to be honest, we do have a lot to work with in this case. And this is one of those cases where I've looked online and it seems like a lot of people agree that this seems very solvable.
Mm-hmm.
Because we do have the person of interest who is basically, we only have one person of interest in this case, and we do have a pretty good visual of that person. We do have CCTV footage from, I believe, maybe multiple locations.
Mm-hmm.
The only thing is, I think the only publicly released footage is from the gas station. So we have a guy who was using Bill's credit cards to pay off a gas payment at the gas station. And I don't know exactly on which day he made that payment. Do you have any idea?
No, I can't remember. All I know is that he kept on using it and for some reason it stopped.
Yeah, because the culprit started using Bill's credit card immediately. Well, not really immediately. He started using it, I think the first transaction happened within a couple of days of Bill's disappearance. But to me, it seems that according to the timeline, the last time that the credit card was used was 1 day before police showed up at the trailer. So this is also a very interesting concept, because that would almost make us think that someone from the trailer park could be involved.
Yes, or also I'm also thinking that there might be a possibility that they saw the credit card lying around and hey, might as well use it.
So my point was maybe more like the culprit stopped using the credit card one day before the police went to the trailer. And this is the information I have.
Yeah.
I hope it's correct. There's not a lot of information online, so I was kind of like trying to piece together the timeline. This is my timeline from what I can find. I could be wrong, but I'm like very positive that that's when the last transaction happened, was one day before the police got involved. So my point initially is that how would the culprits even know when to stop using the credit card? Sure, the police showed up at the trailer park, but it hadn't shown up from the time that, Bill was last seen, which was July 19th, all the way to the time when he was reported missing, which was, I think, August 14. So that means that whoever was using those credit cards had to check if police is not investigating yet every day. Because the timing is perfect.
Yeah. Are you also saying that it could be someone from around Bill's place?
I think that there's a chance when you start thinking about Bill's case that there could be people from the trailer park that are not really telling the full truth to police. Because the timing is quite convenient. What
Very
would you say?
convenient, yeah.
Yeah, and we have other things that we want to talk about today, certain aspects of this case, and I think let's jump right into it. So the first thing I kind of want to stop a little bit here and talk about is the vehicles. Do you remember anything about the vehicles, like what kind of cars these were, or anything from your research?
Not necessarily. I'm not very good at remembering car models, but I do know that they disappeared one by one.
Yes, that's also a very good observation. So basically, Bill had two cars, as we mentioned earlier, and one was a Jeep. I think it was a 98 Jeep. Oh no, sorry, it was a 88 Jeep. So it was even old back in 2011.
So we just say it's a bit raggedy?
I'm not sure if it's raggedy. Maybe if it was really well maintained, it could be a really good car. But I think this is probably a common thing to do for like contract workers. You have, and I've seen this also, people in our country as well. They will like have a day-to-day car and they will have a work car. So the work car is usually like the car that you don't really care about because
the kind of the beaten up ones.
Because you have like your supplies there.
Yeah.
It gets dirty, but you don't really care that much. And then you have your own personal car. So I think it's probably convenient and probably happens a lot. That's why he had two cars. So
I'm really sorry.
Yeah.
But I'm just wondering, are both cars were both his? Did he own it or?
Yes.
Okay.
From what I understand, he owned both of these cars. And what is interesting is that, okay, you mentioned that both of these cars were stolen at separate times, which is correct. And we know that, and I feel like we probably listened to the same source in this one. There was a neighbor, right? What can you remember? Do you remember something? That the neighbor saw one car left and then there was no cars left.
Yeah. But
right?
She didn't really do anything about it, no?
She didn't. Apparently one neighbor just noticed that, sometime as Bill is already missing, but I guess they didn't talk much to Bill because Bill was a very private person. He was 47. He didn't really have a family of his own. So he was kind of living on his own at that point. So his one car disappeared randomly from the parking.
It's kind of interesting though that nobody saw it leaving.
Yeah, no one saw it leaving. That's also a good point, which makes me think that It could be that they came in at night to take the car.
Do you have any idea how big this trailer park was?
Yes,
Is it kind of crowded?
I have an idea because I have a picture of it. I went on the Google Maps. It's called Atkins Hill. In our file, it's the last images. If you scroll down to the very bottom, you will see it. Yes, and you see the image right below the map. So this is the Google Street View of the entrance of the parking of the basically the trailer park. So the trailer park doesn't have any, from what I can tell, doesn't have any CCTV, at least at the entrance. And this trailer park, to paint a better picture to our listeners, it's more like, I would say, a regular neighborhood than a trailer park. Like, it doesn't have a fence or anything.
Yeah, it's actually really funny at how for some reason, I forgot how wide or spaced apart properties in America are. Because in my head, before you showed me this picture, I was kind of imagining more like one area and there's a lot of houses and trailer parks, you know?
Yeah, I know what you mean.
And now looking at it, the street, massive. Everything is like spaced apart. Everyone has a backyard and a front yard.
Exactly. It's basically like a cul-de-sac or something like that, right? Or like not a cul-de-sac,
A regular suburb.
a suburb. Yeah, that's what I was trying to say. So, yeah, I could see how basically the culprits came in at night and drove out the cars. But what you mentioned is that they were taken from Bill's property 1 week, I believe, apart from each other. So one was taken, let's say, on one day, and then a week later, the second one.
Someone was very cautious.
Yeah, someone was cautious, but also what does that mean? To me, I'm immediately, and we're gonna delve into some other aspects of this case, but the more we talk about it, the more I'm getting a vibe that it's like the culprit is trying to see what they can get away with. Do you know what I mean? Like, okay,
Yeah.
they first took the work car, which had his tools, which were later taken. So
I'm also wondering if it's only the same person or group of people. Like, is there any chance that somebody did something bad to Bill and then a few days later somebody else decided to rob a house, his house in particular?
So, to me, it doesn't look likely because how would you know that you could just walk in to a trailer park and it's empty?
True.
You mean like a trailer home? It's empty, and you're gonna find the keys in the house or something?
Maybe the key was left lying around somewhere outside, dropped. I don't know.
I think it's a very unlikely
Yeah,
scenario.
it's reaching.
It's very much reaching, in my opinion. Yeah, so to kind of also talk a little bit about the cars, I also have a map. If you could kind of go back to the file, do you see this regular Google Maps map? Like not
Yeah, I can see it.
not the satellite. So you could see those two cars. I did the icons. No, like if you go back to my map, you see those two icons that has cars, like Jeep Comanche and Chevrolet.
Yes.
And you could see at the bottom of that map, it says Atkins Hill. There's a Atkins Hill.
That's where Bill was living, right?
Yeah, so it almost feels like it's quite a bit away. And it's basically the cars were dropped off in both of them fairly close.
To the airport.
Yes, there's the airport, but I'm not really thinking that it has any connection to it. But what I think has a connection is southern Oklahoma City, because where this is all happening, Goldsby is basically like Oklahoma City suburbs, almost. And Oklahoma City is the biggest city in Oklahoma State. It's a pretty big city. You must have heard about it.
Definitely.
So this is the southern portion of Oklahoma City. I don't know if it's a shady area or not, but apparently when investigators took a look at the vehicle locations, they couldn't establish any connection between those locations and Bill Shipley. Bill Shipley has no business in southern Oklahoma City, from what we can tell. But someone who took his cars and dumped them in that location could be from those areas. And I'm sure investigators consider that.
Definitely. I'm just wondering, where did they find the cars? Like in an abandoned location in a field somewhere?
It was in parking lots adjacent to.
Oh.
It was in parking lots adjacent to apartment complexes.
And I'm wondering if the police actually searched or questioned the people living in the apartment complexes.
So the best thing they could have done, and I hope they did, was to not immediately go and tow the cars.
Yeah.
Because if it's a stolen car at the location, you should first have some surveillance on it, see who goes and enters it. So I hope they did. And if they did, that means that no one entered it. No one entered that vehicle. So by the time they were found, someone had already long forgotten about it. And it makes sense because his second Chevrolet car was confirmed to have been parked at the location where it was found for several months. So I think whoever dumped it there probably just left it. And honestly,
Why steal it in the first place, though?
the car?
If you're just gonna repark it somewhere, why even bother?
Yeah, that's also a great question. Because stealing the first car made a lot of sense. It had valuable painting equipment. Stealing the second car, it's a newer car. It's his personal car, so maybe it's a little bit nicer, maybe well kept. Maybe they tried to sell it for parts, but it didn't work.
Yeah, that could be a case, yeah.
Yeah. Okay, so now let's talk a little bit about the Sonic passenger. What do you remember about the Sonic passenger detail? What can you tell us?
I can't remember anything, to be honest.
There was a passenger in his car, remember? On the same day when Bill was last seen, which was July 19th. He also went to a Sonic.
Ah, that one. The passenger, he ordered iced tea, and the passenger ordered a watermelon smoothie.
Yes.
That's pretty weird.
That's pretty weird, right?
Yeah, I have no idea what to comment about that.
So before we kind of delve into a little bit on this, because maybe we have something to also say about it. Can you go into our shared folder? And I have a file named Bill Shipley CCTV. I'm also gonna play it. Wait 1 second. I just want to make sure the audio is off here. Tell me if you can find the file.
Yeah, I found it.
Bill Shipley CCTV, and open it. And then this is basically the CCTV that we have on the case. And to be honest,
It's not much help.
yeah,
I don't even see any passenger.
exactly. That's a very
At
good
least
point.
from the shotgun. But maybe at the back there was, but it's just... I didn't even see Bill.
To be honest, this is not the type of footage where you could identify.
Like, that's it? It just gets cut off midway? Maybe not. Hopefully the police had something better than this.
I feel like this is it. Because where else would they have cameras?
But where's the rest of it, though?
The rest of what? The footage?
Yeah.
So I think this is the whole footage. Because I think Bill basically drove past the drive-thru. And what we're looking at, for everyone who's listening to us right now, we're looking at the footage from the Sonic drive-thru. Sonic is a smoothie chain in America. It's pretty famous, apparently. There's like a ton of them. So Sonic drive-thru camera captures Bill's car driving past the drive-thru window. I think we could see someone from the passenger. No, not from the passenger, but from the driver's seat. Can we see Bill's hands or taking the order? Okay, I think we could see definitely someone. Oh yeah, and we could see what seems like Bill, I assume, at the driver's side, picking up the order from the little window. But what we don't see is the passenger.
Yeah,
I cannot
nothing at
see
all.
the passenger. And this brings a natural question to me. Is there a passenger?
From the looks of it, at least from the CCTV footage, nope.
So why would police come out and say that there is a passenger? You know, I will say police probably have a lot more like resources.
Better than this?
Better than what we have, so maybe they do know for a fact that there was a passenger there, but we can't see it. But now, what does this tell us? Bill was supposed to set out on a, multi-day, maybe even multi-week cross-state work, because he was going to paint Arby's restaurants in Kansas, Missouri, and Texas. So he was gonna do all of that before he even came back home to Goldsby, Oklahoma. What he also did was he posted a Craigslist ad. Do you remember something about the Craigslist ad?
Yes.
So he posted that he's looking for help. He's looking for maybe like an assistant.
I'm assuming so, yeah.
And could this be the assistant?
To be honest, yeah, it could be. I'm also wondering, is there a chance that he would just buy 2 drinks for himself? No, right? It doesn't make sense.
Yeah, I think it doesn't make any sense.
Or maybe he was buying 2 drinks all of his own, and then he was about to meet the assistant.
Yeah.
And that's why in the CCTV, we don't see anything. I'm just thinking out loud.
I think that it's not very likely that he called the assistant and was like, "Oh, I'm driving through Sonic. Do you want something?" And then the assistant was like,
"Yeah, grab me watermelon smoothie. I'll meet you up at this spot."
To be honest, that could be a possibility.
Right?
Because I'm thinking right now, why not? It's just that police came out and said that he was with someone else.
In that truck during that moment.
Yeah, so I feel weird like arguing against the police in this case.
Who has more information?
Yeah, it just feels weird. So let's maybe just go with the flow.
That for some reason, for some convenient reason,
there was an assistant and the footage is just grainy and we can't see it. Anyways, so in my opinion, I'm naturally feeling weird about this passenger.
Yeah, because as far as we know, nobody
came forward, right?
Yeah.
No, why would, if this was an innocent passenger with him at the Sonic drive-thru, wouldn't they come out
and help solve the case?
Yeah, because they could probably provide really good information.
Definitely. So yeah, I do think this passenger is very sketchy.
Yeah. And another thing that I've seen, and I can't really remember the source, so you just have to go with me on this one. But I'm very confident that this is the case, and I've read it, that Bill's cup from Sonic, from the lemonade that he got, the cup was found in his trailer.
Oh.
So we know, most likely, that Bill went from the Sonic.
Back home.
At some point, he went back home.
I'm also wondering who served them. Like, I hope the police did an interview.
Maybe they did an interview with the police, but
So many people passing by.
and then also this person was shotgun, so he was,
Yeah.
Bill was blocking the view. Yeah, that's a good point. So when we talk a little bit about that Craigslist ad, remember there was a detail that Dwayne Shipley posted something on Craigslist. Do you know anything about Craigslist? Like, as far as I heard, there is a notion that you could get some shady ads there.
I don't really know much about it. Maybe it's just an American thing. I never personally used it, but I guess it's their version of Scalbu, wherein you could post. Oh, it's the Lithuanian version of Craigslist for
Yeah,
our
you
listeners.
probably said Scalbu. People were like,
What is that? It's the Lithuanian version where you could post cheap or
Anything.
free ads. And it could be about absolutely anything. It could be you looking for something or you buying something.
yeah. To be honest, I got quite a bunch of stuff from that Scalbu, at least back in the day, because there are specific things that you can only get in these types of websites.
Hey, remember when you sold an iPhone there and you had to meet a guy in front of a little store?
Yes, when I had to sell an iPhone, I actually used this website, because how else are you going to sell? This is a good place to get like this not super formal transactions.
Yeah, so I'm assuming Craigslist is, at least from my impression and what I heard of, it's similar.
Yeah, it's similar. I wonder if it's still a popular place. It's probably still a popular thing in America, I would say. I know that it was really popular back then. I'm not sure about now. Probably still is.
I think so. I didn't hear anything about it being down or anything.
Yeah, but then immediately I'm thinking, if this is somehow related to, if this could be somehow related to Bill's disappearance, I'm not really sure, because okay, is there a possibility that there are shady people, criminals, browsing through Craigslist?
I would say yes.
I would say yes. I would say there's definitely a possibility, but would it align like that someone from Craigslist saw Bill's posting that he needs a helper?
And plotted.
But why Bill necessarily? Because I don't think Bill was advertising that I have a lot of valuable equipment. I live alone. I'm easily not noticed that I'm missing. His family didn't notice him for a month almost. So I think if this was a random criminal from Craigslist, in my opinion, that would be the luckiest criminal ever. Because
Yeah.
to be honest, Bill Shipley at that point was the perfect victim. Lives alone, doesn't have family with him immediately, that live with him.
Yeah.
Doesn't have a wife, doesn't have kids. His family sees him rarely, like every several weeks.
I agree with that, but it's also There are some
And
points that kind of goes against it.
goes against the logic that it was someone who knew Bill,
Yeah.
or
Or it was someone from Craigslist.
so I'm basically arguing that it's probably not.
Oh, wait, no, the other one.
The wait, what are you saying?
It could be someone from Craigslist. I'm so sorry.
Yeah,
I was
and I
thinking
think
about the pair that I have left on my plate. Sorry. So I'm kind of arguing that it could also be someone from Craigslist.
okay.
Potentially, I'm just mostly thinking about the paint stuff that
That
disappeared.
they would tie, yeah. So I know that they stole the paint stuff, but I'm thinking an assistant for a painter, and we would be going through different states, and I would need some help. I don't think that's necessarily super lucrative.
It's just interesting how.
Or maybe it is. Maybe if you're gonna victimize someone for and also get their equipment to sell. First of all, paint equipment is probably not super valuable for criminals, because when you have to sell it, you basically only have literally the pawn shops, which immediately get, investigated after someone like Bill disappears. And that's actually what happened in Bill's case. There was a report that said that police actually talked to local pawn shops.
And there was nothing?
And there was nothing. So it really feels like it's paint equipment is, in my opinion, not super easy to move when you steal
Yeah,
it.
but then again, it's like if it's a regular person not involved in anything of that niche, would you even know, oh, this equipment is expensive,
That's another good point.
right?
When I see some paint equipment, I'm not sure how much it's worth.
Yeah.
So that's another good point. So after given all of this, I'm very heavily at the moment leaning towards that this was someone who knew of Bill, either knew him personally or knew of him. And that maybe someone in the trailer park, the Atkins trailer park residence from 2011, should be scrutinized, because maybe one of them were in on it. Because who else would know that this is a perfect victim other than his neighbors?
That's true. I agree with that.
Right? Isn't it kind of weird?
It's just awfully convenient
Atkins
for someone who doesn't know him to, I don't know, had the perfect setup.
Atkins trailer park residence, we are looking at you. Goldsby, Oklahoma, what's up?
It's been a while though.
Yeah, so there was a chance that most of these people probably switched. And to be honest, that's a good point. I went on Google Maps, and I went, on Google Maps, there's a feature where you could see previous satellite images.
Yes.
So I was kind of browsing, and to be honest, every time you flip a year, like backwards or something, it feels like something changed. Like either a trailer has moved.
In a
or
good way or in a bad way?
No, it's not like it's getting dilapidated. It's basically like trailer homes change.
Oh.
Someone's changing trailers. Some people move in, some people move out. So there's constant change. So I wonder how many of those original neighbors were still there. But they are suspicious, in my opinion, because this feels like very convenient. And this brings us to our another person of interest here in the case, the only person of interest in the case, to be honest, and this is the credit card guy. What do you remember, and what do you think about the credit card guy?
I'm trying to give him the benefit of the doubt that maybe he found it lying on the street and took the opportunity to use it. And maybe it's true, maybe it's not, but that's my opinion about it.
So the credit card guy, right? He is the guy who has been, as I understand, seen at multiple locations using one or multiple credit cards.
Wait, multiple? Okay, things change if it's multiple.
I'm not sure if it's multiple. It's just that it was described that, oh, someone was using Bill's credit cards. So I'm not sure what that means.
Maybe there's a chance that Bill's wallet was left out there. Someone picked it up. I don't know.
So also I think it's unlikely because everything that happened to Bill, I feel like is financially related. So I think things like the wallet wouldn't be lying around here.
True. Damn it, I was trying to defend the guy.
Yes. So the guy that we're talking about is a white male around 50 years old. He has a large build. I like how multiple descriptions describe that he has a big stomach. He has tan overalls and a John Deere cap. John Deere is a tractor company from America. It's a really massive company that makes tractors. We even have John Deere like locations in this country.
Oh, really?
Yeah, we have John Deere even here. Nothing runs like a John Deere. So basically, another thing to mention about this credit card guy is that he didn't drain the account. He never maxed out.
Wouldn't that cause, I don't know, wouldn't that be more suspicious if, for example, he just drained the account once?
Well, if he drained the account, there would be nothing left.
But wouldn't that raise suspicion from the bank? Oh, it depends on how much are we talking about, right?
So, one item that was found in Bill's trailer was a bank statement, a physical bank statement, which said that he had, I believe, $7,200. So there was $7,000 in his bank account, and the credit card guy never used it fully. In fact, credit card guy is kind of weird. You know why I think credit card guy is weird?
How come?
Because credit card guy is using the same credit card for a whole month, and he is paying for gas. He's paying basically for a steakhouse meal.
So it's basically every day.
He went to Home Depot to buy maybe building materials. I don't know what was bought. We don't have the information what was bought. And then he looks like a handyman.
Yeah, he does, actually.
He looks like a handyman. To be honest, some people even were, I've seen this online, some people were even questioning if credit card guy is, you know who?
The assistant?
No.
Oh, come on.
Some people are thinking that credit card guy is Bill Shipley, which would change everything in this story, but I would probably say he's not.
I would say no, because the only thing that makes me so convinced it wasn't him was the cat. The cat was left to die. And no matter how mean you are, like, how would you do that to your pet unless you can't? And in that case, I do not really think it's him wanting to start a new life. And for what?
And now, can you open the phone again? Can you go to our file one more time? And I completely agree with what you said, that, that's why it's probably not. He wouldn't just leave his cat to die.
Yeah.
It would be crazy. If you could scroll down, you will see credit card guy. I put some pictures. What jumps out to you? What jumps out to you when you look at credit card guy?
He does have a large tummy.
Yes.
And I do agree, he kind of looks like he's also a builder, or in that field. He seems like he's middle-aged, and I don't know, he seems like a dad. He has a dad bod.
Yeah, I would say you're right. But you know what to me kind of feels like? What kind of vibe I'm getting here? I'm sort of getting some sort of clunky, goofy vibe.
Oh, of course, yes.
And you know why? Because why I'm even saying this is because law enforcement came out and they said that they think that this guy was hiding his identity. And the more you think about it, the more it doesn't look like he was hiding his identity, in my opinion, because he's basically getting captured in every angle. He got his back to the camera, he has his front, he has both of his sides to the camera. I guess the only reason why you would think that he's hiding his identity is because he has a hat and some shades.
But he doesn't really look like... It looks like a regular thing that he would wear.
And in general, to me, he looks like a regular guy almost.
Yes, I agree with you on that.
He doesn't look necessarily like some sort of
Or he doesn't look like he's trying to hide himself.
Yes. So another interesting thing that happened was that police came out, and police said, basically they provided these CCTV stills to the public, and they were hoping to get a lot of tips. They say that usually when they release this type of CCTV stills, they get like several hundred of calls because, even though some of them are just pointless, stupid calls, they still get activity. Somehow, when they released credit card guy's pictures, it wasn't even 10 calls. So no one can recognize credit card guy.
So that means he's not from the area.
Yes, bingo. He could be not from there, or he looks like every other guy in Oklahoma in his 50s.
I could also see that.
Right?
But then again, there would be more pointing fingers, no?
Yeah. And something kind of I'm getting like a gut feeling here, but I could be completely wrong, that credit card guy might not be the killer if Bill is killed, which we suspect, as well as police suspect. I think that credit card guy could be someone clunky, but somehow still in the know.
That's why I even was very convinced that he may have just found it, picked it up, used it. Because he does have that vibe.
No, I don't feel that way because...
Really?
Because why would he stop using it on the same day when the next day police came and took a look at Bill's trailer?
And maybe he knew who... Well, there's a name in there. Maybe he knew the name, and when it was gathering attention...
You mean that there is a name on the credit card?
Something like that. Yes, and when he realized that, oh, it's gaining attention, maybe stop.
Yeah. So that's interesting.
Yeah, that's very interesting.
I think you made some good points. So the location, right? where Bill was living, the police came and checked upon it. The day before was the last time credit card guy made a purchase.
Awfully convenient.
Credit card guy is probably not from Atkins Hill Trailer Park.
If no one recognizes him, then yeah.
So then, do you think that he himself was every day? Do you think that this guy from the image, do you think he was...
Oh yeah, he used a credit card for a month, right?
Yeah.
And he was using it around the area.
He was using it around one specific road, it seems like.
Who was he?
The gas station and the steakhouse is basically on the same road. Yeah.
He also looks like a trucker. Maybe he is a trucker.
Yeah, definitely. He looks like a trucker, but to me also he looks like he could be someone like who operates some sort of agricultural machinery.
Yes.
Right? So my question now is, do you think that multiple people could have been involved here? Or do you think it's one person who is responsible for Bill's disappearance?
Maybe because of how clean it was, like the neighbors didn't hear any screaming, or at least that's what they claim. I would maybe lean towards multiple ones, maybe two.
I'm thinking that there is a chance there's two people here.
Yeah.
Because if it's only one person, then you would have to think that credit card guy is monitoring the house, moving all of the vehicles, killing Bill somewhere, which he could have been the killer, but he doesn't look like the stereotypical killer.
Yeah.
He looks like a regular guy who's just, buying some supplies.
True.
He doesn't look necessarily to me like a dangerous criminal. And also, I would say then he would have had the watermelon slushy. So if you look at the guy...
He looks like he would have a watermelon slushy.
Really?
I don't know.
Because for me, this is actually quite logical thing to investigate. Like, does credit card guy look like a watermelon slushy type guy?
I don't know. It's hard to say because I could definitely picture him drinking a watermelon slushy, but I could also picture him drinking just coffee.
For me, this looks like a coffee and pancakes
and
guy.
watermelon smoothie sounds more like a younger choice.
Exactly.
Choice of a younger person.
Or at least, let's put it this way. This is, when you think about watermelon slushies and who would be drinking them, this is not the guy we're thinking about.
Yeah, I guess.
I mean, it's not illegal for him to have...
It just seemed unlikely.
Yeah, I don't really feel like he would be ordering that watermelon slushy. It's just something like, can you imagine Bill is driving with him through the Sonic drive-thru and he's like, okay, I'm gonna have my favorite lemonade. What you gonna have? Watermelon slushy for me.
Yeah, that sounds weird.
It feels like this guy would be like, or maybe he's not even a fan of Sonic and then he just got whatever.
It's hard to say.
So that's something to think about. And I guess the last piece of the puzzle here, how do you think everything played out? Like, okay, Bill is waking up on July 19th. He goes to the bank. He withdraws $3,000. He basically was captured on camera withdrawing the money from the ATM. This video has never been publicly released, but police stated that Bill doesn't seem abnormal. Everything looks good in the CCTV footage at the ATM. He gets $3,000 in cash. He, I think, was supposed to use that money to buy paint supplies, and he may have bought it. I'm not really sure if he bought supplies. Then sometime later in the day, he made a phone call. I think. I'm not really sure to whom. Could be mistaken here. Don't want to give you guys a completely phony timeline. Let me see. Bill was last seen alive on the 19th. Afternoon, he withdrew 3,000. Later in the day, at 5 p.m., he makes a phone call. Bill makes a phone call at 5 p.m. I don't have information who he calls. And that evening, so probably soon after 5 p.m., or to be honest, could have been quite a bit after 5 p.m. because this happened in July, so in the summer, and I assume Oklahoma summers are probably sunny, so there's probably daylight up until, late hours. So sometime in the evening, he drives through the Sonic with someone else. So he got the money, made the phone call. Now he's in Sonic with someone. Isn't it like kind of too late to go to work? Or maybe they're already driving after a job. And they're like, oh, I'm gonna drop you off. Thanks for the good day's help. This is what Bill says to his assistant. And he says...
But wouldn't that be documented?
So if they were returning from a work job, maybe it would, because whoever hired Bill to do a particular job, then they would have said, oh, he's been here with someone. You have a good point. It would be documented.
So I'm assuming he never got into the job.
Yes, but the Sonic Cup was found in his apartment, so he came back home. And if it was evening time when he was in the Sonic, that means he probably came back pretty soon after the Sonic. By the way, he lived fairly close to the Sonic.
Okay.
He went back to the Sonic maybe with the other person, and that's where maybe they potentially killed him. And even police said they suspect his remains could have been discarded somewhere near the Canadian River. Canadian River is a river not in Canada. It could be also going to Canada, but it's a river in Oklahoma. It's called the Canadian River, and it's kind of close to where Bill's trailer park was. So and between Bill's trailer park and the Canadian River, there is a lot of like these wooded areas that you could basically dispose of human remains. So police said there's a chance that he may have been taken through those wooded areas. Maybe he had been lured in there because there was no signs of foul play at his trailer. So maybe he had been lured away from the trailer and had been murdered.
I wonder if there's any DNA in the cars.
Yeah, that's a good question, and we don't have that information as well. I wonder if they collected DNA. I also wonder, would you picture a credit card guy doing all of this? Seeing him on the Craigslist, arranging this whole thing, getting a watermelon slushie, pretty weird decision for this type of a man, in my opinion. Then goes to his home with him. For some reason, they go together into Bill's trailer. There's no need for this guy to be in Bill's trailer. Why he's even there then? And then he lures him away from the Bill's trailer. What? And then he kills him in the wooded area. And then slowly over the next couple of days, credit card guy goes in and out, steals a little bit, uses the credit cards here and there, takes one car, then another car, dumps them in random southern, south Oklahoma City neighborhoods, and then vanishes.
Sounds like a lot of work for him.
Yeah.
I don't want to judge too much, but it does sound like it's too much for him.
Or maybe he is.
Yeah.
Because if you wear overalls, to be honest,
it feels like you have a slow day.
For me, overall wearing guys usually indicate that these dudes really work hard.
But it's like,
workers.
it's not like fast paced, let's go, 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 like let's do this from one by one.
Methodical,
Yeah.
slowly doing stuff. Yeah, but since he has overalls, I feel like he probably is, because usually if you see someone with overalls, I always
Maybe
assume
business.
they will work.
Yeah.
So I think this is it, basically, because unless you have something else to add.
What about the neighbors? Did the police investigate the neighbors?
So I think they have been questioned, obviously, because some of them even provided some of the
But
information.
no one was suspicious, I'm
No
assuming.
one was suspicious about it.
Interesting.
Oh, and the little detail about the power being off. So it seems that the power to his trailer was off because he had not paid his electric bill due to him being missing. But that's basically, I think, just
The unfortunate side effect.
just a side effect. Yeah, so I think this is where we can wrap up this week's podcast.
Man, this is so tough because it feels like a lot of details were lost due to time.
Yes, and honestly, it feels like credit card guy wasn't even hiding. He was getting steaks, he was getting
and
he was paying for gas. And usually, I think when you steal a credit card from someone, you immediately get the money out somehow, and it could be used to like pay off a debt, or just to steal the money, or to buy drugs. But these seemed like regular guy in overalls type of purchases that credit card guy was doing.
yeah.
So let's see if we ever find out what happened to Bill. It's been a long time. It's been 15 years. And it feels like a very cold case at this point because there's not that much activity anymore on the case. So I hope that there's going to be some more information.
Yeah, definitely.
But I think we can wrap it up because I don't have anything else to mention.
Me too. It's just really tough to keep assuming because it could be someone from Craigslist.
Yeah,
Could be someone younger.
Could have been someone younger who would get a watermelon slushy. Thank you, Annette Cervantes, for the suggestion.
This is tough.
This is a very tough case, but thank you very much. And if anyone else wants some specific topic that we could take a look into, and
We could try.
Yeah, do our amateur investigation efforts, we could do it. Thank you, and we will catch you on the next episode.
Yeah, and let us know what you think. Maybe you have any information that we might have missed. Just let us know.
Yep.
And we'll see you very soon.
Thank you, guys.
Thank you.
Bye.
Bye.